Welcome to this Thursday edition of the High Sierra Report. I'm your host, Lloyd. On today's show, Lloyd Garden from Drone Promotion stops in to talk drones, how he uses them, what he thinks the future holds for this booming industry, and of course, drone safety. Also, a feature from our partners at Red Bull, locally based Tahoe news, local Tahoe weather, and resort conditions. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this edition of the High Sierra Report, and in studio joining me today, Lloyd Garden from Drone Promotions. Lloyd, thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, always awesome to have people talking about this new technology and all that. So tell me a little bit about your company, Drone Promotions. What do you guys have going on?
Yes, so we're a drone company that started in February last year.
Pretty new.
We're located here in North Lake Tahoe, and we use the latest in drone technology to make really cool aerial promotional videos and photos for creative clients.
That's awesome.
Furthermore, once we create these really cool photos or videos, we work with our clients to provide social media consulting to create really cool ways to share that online so it'll reach the right target market.
Okay. I know that a lot of people own drones these days, and they're pretty accessible. What makes you different than all these other drone owners in the company that you guys have going on?
Well, what makes us different is we're very focused on Lake Tahoe. We live here in a very beautiful place, crystal clear waters, beautiful trees. So we really focus on, sharing that content with the world. So we make free videos that we give to people that they can use for free to kind of promote Lake Tahoe.
Okay. Crazy. I know that you guys do a lot of that, weddings and other events, like you said. You told me that you worked a little bit with, the city of Truckee. What did you guys do with them specifically?
So yes, we got to work with Truckee Thursdays, which is a really cool event. And we brought the drone in to do kind of a really cool new promotional video for them.
Okay.
But not only that, we made the drone part of the event.
Okay.
So Truckee Thursdays went and they made these really cool signs that they could hold up that said #Truckee Thursdays. And we flew behind the stage and we took really cool videos and photos of this, and everyone got to have fun waving to the camera up in the sky and things like that. It was a lot of fun.
That was great. I bet that must have been a lot of fun. Well, when we come back after break, we'll learn a little bit more about these bad boys and how he uses them. Welcome back to the show. Now that we've learned a little bit more about drone promotions, we're going to be talking about these two little babies in front of us, if I can call them so. Lloyd, let's start with this one. What can you tell me about it?
So this is our mid-sized drone.
Okay.
It flies a GoPro 4, which offers 4K video. It's made by Ghost. They're a new company based out of China and California.
Okay.
Right now we're beta testing this drone, so it's not available to the public yet, but you can pre-order it on their Indigo campaign.
Okay. What do you mean by beta testing it?
Beta testing means that we are flying it non-commercially, just kind of for fun, checking it out, reporting any issues we have so they can improve it for when it goes out to the masses.
So what would a drone like this cost?
So this drone on their Indigo campaign costs about $600 for the drone and the gimbal. However, if you want it with the GoPro, if you don't have one already, it's about $950.
Okay.
And what makes this drone really cool and interesting is that it's flown entirely off a cell phone using their app. So you pilot it, take off, and set courses through your phone. Your phone then relays it back to this through Bluetooth, and this then sends the radio signals to the drone.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. I didn't know even you could do some stuff like that. So in terms of specifics, how high does this thing fly? How far can it go? What's the battery life?
Yeah, so it's got about 1,000 meters, or I don't know my meters.
A kilometer, roughly.
It goes pretty darn far from this box. It can go quite high, but we never fly above 400 feet for safety reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Now, we've talked a little bit about this big one, but I tend to like this small one. It looks pretty cool. What can you tell me about this one?
Yeah, so as kind of drones started out, they were a hobbyist sport.
Yeah.
And this is a hobbyist drone.
Okay.
So no camera on this little guy, unfortunately, but it's a totally fun toy to play with. It can do flips, spirals, all sorts of things. It's relatively small, so it only can last for about 3 to 4 minutes, and it's meant to be flown indoors.
All right, awesome. Can I try to fly this thing?
Yeah, let's go ahead and
chuck
give it a
somewhere?
little test. Yeah,
all right, let's do it. Am I good?
Let's
go. All right,
go.
let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Well, it looked like it crashed in studio. Sorry about that. Maybe the battery life is down, but
It's just a fun little toy.
that's fine. It's okay. Now we're going in. We've got these two. We've learned a little bit more about these two, but you have another big one coming in, and that's the most interesting one. It's the DJI Inspire, right? Is that it?
Yeah, so it's the top-of-the-line copter from DJI that
Okay.
they just released. It hasn't even shipped yet, unfortunately. It was supposed to be here, but due to some complication errors, it's not quite out. But this
Okay.
drone is amazing. And because of that, it is actually a transformer. And what I mean by that is that when it takes off, the legs are on the ground and the camera is up above. And then when it's in the air, it transforms and the wings go up above the top, which allows for 360-degree camera movement, which is kind of revolutionary. You also can fully control the camera, the gimbal movements, everything from an app that's connected to the controller. So this will be our full production drone.
Okay, and you'll be able to start using it when?
We hope to be using that, hopefully if we get it in mid-December like we're supposed to, mid-January. Because of course before we take it out and start using it around the public, we want to run it through a bunch of tests ourselves and make sure we're familiar with the drone.
Awesome. Well, that was pretty interesting. I learned a lot. Coming up after the break, we'll talk about the future of the drone industry. Welcome back to this edition of the High Sierra Report. We were talking about the future of the drone industry, and potentially sports is one of those futures. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so sports is a great thing, especially in action sports and being here on the ski runs. It's a totally cool new perspective to see. One of the things that we're hopefully going to be working on is FIS, which is the International Ski Federation, contacted us about doing all their North American World Cups for ski cross. So we're going to be giving that a test over at Squaw Valley, hopefully, if all things get approved, March 3rd for the Ski Cross World Cup.
Wow,
Squaw
Valley. That's going to be awesome. And we were talking a little bit off air about, where you see also drones helping out in the medical field.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that?
So the drone industry is so vast. These things can be used for anything, and they've got huge potential, and we need to release that potential. So let's say you're hiking in the backcountry, and you get bitten by a snake or something, and you need immediate medical assistance. Well, you can call and get that voice immediately, but you can't get the medicine right away. So drones allow, if you will, like a network of supplies. We can get things to people quicker. So you've heard about Amazon delivery, and that's really cool for like commercial aspect, but for being able to deliver medicine to people who need it right away. Let's say there's a car accident and someone needs an AED. That ambulance is, maybe 20 minutes away. We can get that AED to them in a matter of minutes. And so that's really life-changing stuff.
Yeah, that sure is. Quick touch base before we finish and wrap this up about FAA regulations, and that's a whole ordeal in itself. What can you tell us about that?
So we really need the FAA to get some new regulations in, and we're being drone enthusiasts, we're definitely out there trying to help them, and we're working on getting this done as quick as possible. One of the things we're hoping for is a drone's license, kind of like a driver's license.
Okay.
That way you know that everyone who's operating is piloting safely, just like when you see someone with a car.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll wrap it up right after this break. Well, that wraps it up for this Thursday's edition of the High Sierra Report. I want to thank Lloyd from Drone Promotions for coming and educating us about drones. If you want to see more beautiful aerial footage of Lake Tahoe, you can follow Lloyd at drones-promotions on Instagram, Facebook, or simply visit his website at drone-promotions.com. Thanks for tuning in. You can catch me next Thursday on another edition of the High Sierra Report. And don't forget to catch us live every morning at 7 a.m. on Tahoe Today.